TIFU by listening to my dentist. I had a badly decayed molar, and upon my dentist's recommendation, I agreed to a root canal and a crown since it could no longer be simply repaired. This cost about 1,000 Singapore dollars plus. All seemed well, until I went overseas to visit my family. I have a nervous habit of clenching my jaw, and on one such occasion, I heard a crack in my tooth. I thought nothing of it until I felt a toothache that evening. I messaged my dentist, who advised a wait-and-see approach. The tooth ached badly for a few days to the point where I could not sleep but stopped after that. Things were fine for a couple of months until I noticed a bump in my gums where the tooth was. I went to my dentist, and he said that the tooth had cracked further and gotten infected, which led to an abscess, and bacteria had eaten away at my jawbone. He proceeded to insert a needle into the space between my tooth and my gums. It went all the way in, for about 1 centimeter. He had to take out the tooth and put in a dental implant, which would cost another 1,000 Singapore dollars. I told him I would think about it, but I had lost faith in him at that point since he was the one who had told me to wait and see. And I had listened to him instead of arranging another appointment. I found another dentist through a friend, and the new dentist was more thorough. He told me that the infection had stopped just above my facial nerve, which would still allow him to give me an implant, but not before he put in some bone chips in the hole and let the bone grow back. He extracted my tooth, put in a temporary crown, and told me to return in 3 months. At my next visit, the new dentist said that the bone had healed nicely and he was able to put a titanium screw in my jawbone and install the permanent crown on it. Well, permanent up to about 10 years, after which it would need to be replaced. After this terrible and costly experience, I now take better care of my teeth. TLDR. Had a toothache and listened to my dentist to wait, and ended up with an infection that ate away a hole in my jawbone. This delayed my dental implant for 3 months. The other dentist didn't say anything about the facial nerve. Oh boy, would you let him do the implant? Your facial nerve would be screwed. Literally. What was the difference in price between the crown and an actual implant, which would be permanent? You can't put a temporary crown on a tooth that's been extracted. That doesn't make any sense. Married to a periodontist while your experience was unfortunate. It doesn't really sound like anything out of the ordinary was happening with your dentist. Also, wear a night guard if you grind your teeth. When he told to wait and see, that didn't mean just ignore it. You were out of the country, but you should have gone to have it looked at the instant you returned. Where in the US are you able to do dental work like this for $1,000? Maybe cause it's molar it's different, but my front 2 teeth are a cumulative $10,000 and I worry I'm never going to be able to afford THAG. This really wasn't a TIFU. Waiting to see how things went didn't cause you any problems or delays at all, most likely. Dentist 1 sounds pretty standard. Before having an implant placed, you'll virtually always pull the tooth and put bone chips in the hole. It is routine. There being infection, it being located near a nerve, etc., is more or less irrelevant here. It also doesn't make sense for there to be a temporary crown placed at this point if the implant was not placed. Likewise, when you had the implant placed 3 months later, putting on a permanent crown on that day also does not make sense. The only concerning thing about dentist 1 is that the tooth cracked so quickly after you had a root canal and crown. Did you actually have the crown already, or were you waiting on that? At the very least, it having a questionable prognosis should have been mentioned at the time of the root canal. But maybe it was. What did you want your dentist to do? You were overseas, why didn't you just go see a dentist? Do you really need RO be told that? Take some responsibility for your poor diet choices and blaming the poor dentist who was just doing his job trying to help you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.